Today I can solve multi-step equations. You've had a minute to discuss the warm-up with your partner. Can anyone share what should we simplify on the left side first? You got it?
5x, 4x, like terms.
5x and 4x are like terms, so we're going to combine like terms as our first step. So now we can continue to simplify. Now we've got 9x plus 9 equals 18. Next step, can anyone tell me what the next step is? What should we do to both sides? Anybody? Let's do it. Let's minus 9 from both sides. So we get 9x equals 9. Who can tell me the last step? What's the last step? What do you think, sir?
Divide 9.
Divide both sides by 9. Therefore, x equals 1. Give me a thumbs up if you had that on your paper. Give me a thumbs up if you had that. Fantastic. If you didn't have that, fix your mistakes. That's an example of what we're doing today. We're going to go through some notes here right now. When we're solving equations, okay, this might sound repetitive, but again, this is our Algebra 1 review. Okay, these are things we should have discussed last year. Let's get started with our goal. Our goal is to always get the variable alone and find a solution. So we're going to get the variable alone. And we need to find a solution. So x equals something, y equals something, b. We're going to use all the letters of the alphabets. Okay, the first step is we're going to use distributive property to eliminate parentheses. Distributive property to eliminate any parentheses. That's the first thing we're doing. We're going to simplify the equation by combining like terms, which we did in the warm-up, on each side of the equation. Then we need to look at the equation. And before we do anything, we have to undo any addition or subtraction. Then we have to look at our variable and see, is there a fraction? Is there a number out front? Then we need to undo any multiplication or division. Those are the basics of the solving steps here. We have 3. Now what? What should we do? What do you think, Lexi?
Subtract 6 from both sides.
Let's do it. Let's subtract 6 from both sides. 14 minus 6, we should be getting 8. What's the last step here? What's the last step?
I'm dividing to negative 2 on each side.
Yeah, we're dividing by negative 2 on each side. When I divide a positive by a negative, what do we get? Negative. And this is going to be negative 4. How are we feeling? Do I need to do 2 and 3, or do you think you can do them on your own with your partner? You want to do another example? No? Okay, right now you're going to do 2 and 3. We're going to check back in about 2 minutes. Go! Do 2 and 3. We'll check in about 2 minutes. Check your answer. We're good. Give me a thumbs up if you got. That's negative 2. Yes? Sweet. Number 3. Planning to show my work. What do we get for number 3? Who can raise their hand and tell me? What'd you get, Michael?
Negative 2.
T equals negative 2. Give me a thumbs up if you got that for number 3. Fantastic. All right. A lot of this is review, right? Let's try number 4 and 5 with our partner, and I want you to really talk about it. Let's go. I see some homework out. Put it away. We'll have plenty of time for that. I know, multitasking. Combine like terms. That's not what I wanted. First, so you're going to combine these k's. You get 16.4 equals about 21.7k minus 5.3. Then we're going to add 5.3 to both sides, which works out because that ends up being 21.7. This is 21.7k. We're going to divide both sides by 21.7. Oh my goodness, k equals 1. Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Okay, some of us maybe panic because decimals. Decimals. How dare we do decimals? All right. When you're ready, flip it over. Flip it over. I'll try to move this out of the way. Flip it over. Hey, now we've got distributive property, and let's be careful we distribute. Both of these problems have a negative out front, so let's just do this first one together. Negative 3 times 7. Negative 3 times a minus c. So I'm going to get negative 21. Negative 3 times 7. A negative 3 times a negative 1c. How many c's am I going to have? Plus 3c. That's going to turn to a positive. That's going to turn to a positive. Questions on that? Negative times a negative is positive. We're going to add 21 to both sides. I have 3c equals 21. Final step. Let's divide both sides by 3. C is 7. Questions on that problem? Am I going too fast? Too slow? Do you see that? It's just a negative. You could say it's a negative 1, right? It's a negative. We're going to distribute that. So now I have a negative f minus 19 equals 32. We're going to add 19 to both sides. Negative f equals 51. Can I leave my answer like that? I got to down to the variable. You're saying no. What should I do? Divide it by a negative 1. Flip the sign. F equals negative 51. Questions? All right. I already got a request to do number 8. Anyone working on number 8 already? Number 8? Okay, I got a request to do it. We're going to just distribute. Distribute the 4. 2m plus 4m. Oh, man. Mental math. 4 times negative 16 is what?
7. I'm a little off to that.
It should be negative 64, right? Okay. Distribute first. Then combine like terms. 2m and a 4m. How many m's? 6. What? Okay. Then we're going to add 64 to both sides. 6m equals 76. Divide both sides by 6. What'd you get?
12.638.
Oh, no. Is that why we're panicking?
Yeah.
We got a decimal. That's okay. Sometimes that happens. M equals, what do we get? About 12.66 repeating. Anyone know what 66 repeating is? As a fraction? 2/3. Oh, good. 2/3. You can leave it like this. That's fine. Totally fine. Because it's repeating, you should round up, right? Right? Oh, yeah. Questions about this one? 10's got a word problem and a square. Panic. Let's look at 10 together. Is anyone still looking at this work before I erase it on the screen? Gentlemen, are we done checking our work? We're good? Great. Let's try number 10. The lengths of the sides of a square below are represented with algebraic expressions. Determine the value of x if the actual perimeter has a measurement of 36 inches. So, perimeter, what is it? Logan.
The total of all the sides.
The total of all the sides. They told us this is a square. Can anyone tell me what's true about a square? What's special about a square, Daniel?
All sides are the same length.
All sides are the same length, so I'm going to write in 2x plus 4, because if I know one side is 2x minus 4, it must be the same expression for all of them. And since I'm doing perimeter, what equation should I make? I know the total is 36, right? How am I going to find x? What should I do? There's two ways to do this. Jaden?
8x minus 16 equals 36.
8x minus 16. What did you do first? You added all these expressions up because it's perimeter and we add. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. That's too much, you're telling me. Did anyone write it a simpler way? Lauren?
4 times 2x minus 4 equals 36.
Yeah, 4 sides, right? That have the same expression. So I can write it like that also. It's perimeter, so you should be adding up all those sides. We notice that all the sides are the same, so I can use distributive property here. We get to where Jaden was saying, and now we're just going to solve. Solve, solve, solve. Sorry, I'm running out of room. 8x equals 52. We're going to divide both sides by 8. Did we panic at the end? Because we got a decimal. We got a decimal. X is about 6.5. That's okay. So, x is 6.5. We use the perimeter equation. Questions? Our homework today, is anyone looking at the screen still? On our agenda on Google Classroom is 1.2, problems 1 through 14. 1 through 14 is just one page today. 1 through 14. We've got some time to get it done.